everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game is a matchup featuring two cornerbacks, one a seasoned veteran, another a top rookie corner. It's Vontae Davis going up against Jalen Ramsey. With that, let's head up the road to Jacksonville, Florida. Standing by are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. And, Charles, you take a look at our matchup here. You've got to believe that this is a game that might be won in the trenches.
Oh, without question. This is big person on big person, big unit against big unit.
Meat on meat.
Oh, you got it all. Pick your cliche, but we know this. The ground's going to shake, things are going to rumble, and they're going to have an impact on today's game.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. Quan Bray now to return this football. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Indianapolis Colts, coming off their Week 3 win, will be led by the bearded one, Andrew Luck, their quarterback, in that victory against the Chargers. Over 330 yards, an interception, but when it counted, he had that touchdown pass to T.Y. Hilton.
And T.Y. Hilton is a big play receiver and responds in those situations, and Andrew Luck looks for him when they need that big shot downfield. But when I watch Luck play, I keep hearing all this chatter about, has he improved, has he done the work from the offseason to get better from 2015, which was injury-riddled? I definitely see it. He put the time in, he put the work in. Now I'm seeing the Andrew Luck that we thought we would see when he was drafted.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Here's the offense, and if you're the defense, Charles, you really have to focus on that guy that's highlighted on the screen.
You're talking about pure speed. T.Y. Hilton can get down the middle of the field and really stretch a defense.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Dante Fowler in on the stop. And we take you through the starting defense for Jacksonville.
Jonathan Cyprien didn't have a big name coming into the league, but people know who he is now. A very fast center fielder of a safety.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. Hilton had the game-winning touchdown catch and run against the San Diego Chargers in Week 3, and prior to that game, he told local reporters, you know, we're 0-2, we can't be 0-3, and it starts with me. I'm getting paid a lot of money, I have to make plays, and he made the play in that game.
The play, and so many others throughout the game. All right, he didn't just make one and walk off the field. 8 catches, 174 yards, including the touchdown that you're referencing of 63 to win the game for Indianapolis. So when a guy like that puts it all on the line and lives up to it, boy, his teammates look at him with a lot of respect in the locker room.
Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They'll come out in the pistol.
Black 58 rail.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Again, it's Yeldon. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Back-to-back runs that were stacked up. Offensively, now you've got to think to yourself, do we change blocking assignments? Do we change formations? Do we change looks in order to try and get the running game going?
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. On first down, it's Gore. And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I think Frank Gore runs on doubt. And what I mean is, he's 33, and everyone keeps thinking this is the end, yet he keeps going.
I think something that gets overlooked, though, to your point, most rushing yards of anybody currently in the NFL.
Amazing. Big-time career.
Fresh set of downs here. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Luck. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Luck. A dump down to Turbin. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. And Luck hands this one off to Gore. A little 360.
Oh,
and he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Gore back there is the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And here he'll get it down to the 7 and give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Throwing his luck. That's caught at the 2. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They'll try and push it in with Gore. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
When I was playing, all our defensive coaches talked about when you're near your own goal line and you're trying to stop them from getting in, your heart gets tested. What a nice play on the last down.
A lot of heart on 2nd. Do they have the heart on 3rd? Third and 2, Luck. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So with 4th down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
Here's the punter McAfee to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Central Florida product, Blake Bortles, is ready to lead the Jaguars onto the field. And against the Ravens, Blake Bortles threw his 50th career touchdown pass, 24-38, 194 yards.
It wasn't that long ago when the Jacksonville Jaguars surprised the whole league and took Blake Bortles with the number 3 pick of the NFL draft. And he's living up to that lofty status. He's truly their leader on offense. And 50 touchdown passes in a short career, pretty well done.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And now the starting lineup for the offense. And Julius Thomas highlighted, my friend.
Brandon, he's one of the latest in a long line of basketball players turned football players who have had great success. And he uses those basketball skills to get open in his pass routes.
Second down following the incompletion. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement. They have to put it in a spot that makes sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
So 3rd down, just 1 yard to go.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run the option left. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And now a look at the defense for the Colts.
Robert Mathis was an undersized defensive end who transitioned to outside linebacker. No matter where he plays, he's fast.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Another pistol look here.
Green 90. Green 90.
On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Now Bortles. And he's got it to Hearns. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. The 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. T.J. Yeldon, 43 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Here's the Jags defense now as they head back out there. And last time out, they gave up the chip shot field goal, but obviously could have been worse than that. I think they felt pretty good about only giving up 3.
No doubt about it. Anytime an offense gets into the red zone, the thinking naturally for the defense is, okay, 3 points. We're going to give up 3 here, but let's make it no more than that. They met their goal.
On the other side, though, the offense, they weren't very happy.
No, because there's an opportunity. Once you get to the red zone, you're not thinking about kicking a field goal. You're thinking about how do you get it into the end zone, and when you don't, you walk off the field feeling a little bit of failure on that drive.
Yeah, who will have the better feeling at the end of this drive? And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Despite being 0-3, this Jags defense, they're improved, Charles. Last year in 2015, they were 24th in yards allowed, 31st in points allowed. They're looking better.
Paul Posluszny's their leader and continues to be. He's played well in the league for a while. He had an interception during that stretch where they had a chance to get back and win the game. And Jalen Ramsey also tipped the ball and led to another interception. That pick is paying off well for Jacksonville. You're exactly right. Plenty of talent on that team. They're just trying to find a way to get a win. And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. And here's carry number 10 for Frank Gore. There goes Frank Gore. Cuts left. 20. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. And the elder statesman with a big run. He's hit that dreaded 3-0. He still can churn it.
I love the way you treat him with respect.
Respect.
Elder statesman. You didn't just call him an old guy or anything like that.
I call you an elder statesman.
I love the way he can still play. Talk about running it with savvy now.
Now it's the 5th-year man, Robert Turbin. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
2nd and 5. They'll try the air now with Luck. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
It's Robert Turbin. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. Now the 1st carry for Jordan Todman. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Again, they go with Todman. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. So a little extra time to think about this 3rd and goal as we're through 1. It's a close game here early on. More from Jacksonville after this. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal. Now Luck on 3rd and goal. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. Penalty marker is down here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
Bortles going to give to Yeldon. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90.
They'll run it again with Yeldon. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
Third down, 15 yards still needed. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Luck gives to his running back, Gore. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One of the things that I observed when Dante Fowler was coming out in the NFL draft, how hard he played the game. Every time I turned on a tape, he was either rushing the passer, making a play in space against the ball downfield, or hustling from one sideline to the other. How about that play right there? Making a nice tackle, holding it to a short gain.
Again, they run. Again, it's Gore. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. He's got time in the pocket. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. The wind is at his back here in the 2nd quarter. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Here's the punter, McAfee, to kick it away. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Time to see what the Jags can do this go-around on offense. Well, against Baltimore in Week 3. They had their chances to win that game. Late in the 4th quarter, it was just turnover city for both teams. And Jags, their fans have to feel a little sick to their stomach after that one.
Missed opportunities, and they had a chance to play the complementary football that coaches talk about all the time. In that game, their defense forced 3 consecutive turnovers, but they only got a field goal out of it, and that was the difference in the game.
Yeah, and Bortles threw 2 interceptions that ended drives in Baltimore territory. Frustrating. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's caught right side of turns. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Now Bortles will give to Yeldon. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go now. Green.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. All right, let's take a peek at the league-wide landscape. 5 teams undefeated at 3-0. You've got the Ravens, Eagles, Pats, Vikings, and Broncos. Now, partner, throw out for a second, if you will, the Pats and the Broncos. Of those other 3 undefeated teams, who has the biggest chance of making some noise?
I think the Vikings. And I know they had to make the move for Sam Bradford because of the Teddy Bridgewater injury. And that's working out pretty well. He's 2-0 so far as a starter. But it's their defense. They remind me a lot of Denver in 2015, that season. The defense carrying the team, give them enough offense to stay in those games, and the defense might just do the rest. Mike Zimmer's got a heck of a collection over there.
By the way, statistician Ed Brady just gave me this note. 76% of 3-0 teams since 1990 have made the playoffs. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Akeem Ayers with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here's Brad Nortman now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. This is away and a very good kick. Bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll start on the ground with Gore. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
2nd down following the run. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down is Luck. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. On first down, Luck over the middle, and it's incomplete. His tight end, Dwayne Allen, the intended receiver.
Brandon, while we have a quick second here, can we talk about the Ravens a little bit?
Sure.
Because they're off to a 3-0 start. Remember the rough season they had last year with all the injuries, and they're getting a lot of those guys back and playing at a really high level. Joe Flacco from his knee injury, Steve Smith Sr. from the Achilles, Terrell Suggs from an Achilles, and it's all coming together early for Baltimore.
Yeah, they always seem to be in the mix. Big win, although it was in Jacksonville, is now 0-3. Big road win this past week.
Remember in preseason, Jacksonville was one of those very trendy picks to compete for the playoffs. Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. From the gun on third down, Luck. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it's a second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First down, Bortles. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Bortles. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They come out here in the eye.
Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now a play fake here on first down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Yeldon, the lone running back.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look, 6 DBs. Now Bortles sets up the screen to Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Denard Robinson from 17 yards out. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from taking the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And his kick is right through. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gore. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Gore back there as the lone setback. 3rd and 2, Luck. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They go play action here on 1st down. Finding time. Now a hit and Locke lost the football. It's out. They call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. So they almost turn it over there. Scary moment. 2nd down here. On 2nd down, here's Locke. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
They run with Turbin. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Pat McAfee now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store.
Ready, blue 45, blue.
Bortles will try again on second down. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
He was trying to hit Rashad Green, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Brad Nortman now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field, and they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth. Second and 10, Luck again. Drops it underneath to Gore. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. Open man, it's Allen. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On 1st down, Luck. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 1st and 10, Luck. He's got time. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
To the air again, Luck. Surveying the field. All kinds of time. Looking. It's caught at the 10. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Again, Luck. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jack Doyle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Vinatieri now for the point after. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. Here comes Grant on the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room as we send you downstate to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Jaguars are on the bad end of things at home, but will have 2 quarters to turn it around. The Colts came in prepared for this game, and it shows in the way they've played. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Jaguars lined up at the 43. Great stiff arm here on the run, and this run goes for a touchdown. Jags go up by 4. Colts with the ball early in the second. Luck connects on a pass into coverage, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. Colts go up by 3. Jaguars, now they have it at the 45. Here the pass will be completed into coverage, and it's going to end up going for a gain of 27. Jaguars have it later on the drive. Robinson's given a chance here on the screen, and he's gone as he sprints into the end zone. They go up by 1. Colts have it at the 42. Pass will be completed over the middle, and he'll end up picking up 33 yards on the play. Colts still on the field. Luck's got the completion out of the gun, and it's caught for the score. Colts go up by 6. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Yeldon, the lone running back. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. Now T.J. Yeldon, and he'll get this up only to about the 33. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he finds Julius Thomas. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on 1st down. Backing up. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And he was able to find a very soft spot in that zone coverage.
I love that term, Brandon. That soft spot where you find the open area, set up, and catch the football before the hard collision comes afterwards.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's 3rd down for this offense. Now a handoff to Yeldon. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a hunting down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Now the former Jet running back. This is Chris Ivory. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They stay on the ground. Ivory again. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. And on 3rd down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, ended up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Green 90. Green 90.
On 1st down, Bortles. Lee's got it over the middle. And a nifty little deep juke spin move. Not a great deal there on the back end, but a nice gain still. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
They go back to the ground now with Yeldon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there. And a really nice play resulted for them.
Green 90.
On 3rd down, Yeldon. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green.
Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. He had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Denard Robinson, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it 4th down.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And Myers able to knock it through. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. I feel like we just ran a marathon. That was a long drive. They probably wanted 6 if they're going to go that many plays.
And there were no checkpoints, no watering stations, nothing like that, right? Terrific job by the offense because not only did they possess the ball for that long, they wore down the defense. That could pay dividends later.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And here comes the Jags defense as they get back out there. They've had a couple passing touchdowns against them in this game, and that last drive they really got picked apart.
They've got to figure out how to tighten things up because no matter what they've done, whatever adjustments they've made, offense has been a step ahead of them. So they've got to figure it out. Usually, a sack of the quarterback can help change the momentum.
Maybe bring some pressure.
I think maybe a little bit of pressure would help them greatly.
They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain, and it's second down.
They were stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
They'll come out in the pistol. On the draw, Luck gives to Gore. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
But he's got his man Hilton. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. Now a play fake here on first down. Finding time. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Second and just one. Gore back there is the lone setback. Here's Luck now on second down. He's got time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Roy Miller in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on third down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. From the 50, it's Luck. Deep drop. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Here's Pat McAfee now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Pressure comes and the Jags block it. Now taking it right down Broadway. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
As you well know, every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that will make this a 4-point game. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. And a lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They go play action here on first down. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. 12 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for an Indianapolis first.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On first down, it's Luck. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now a first down throw. Luck to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it second and short.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Play fake to Gore. It's Luck. Backing up. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A very solid gain of 27. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And this carry number 20 for Frank Gore. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. To throw on second down is Luck. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be third down. From the gun on third down, Luck. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And he's able to put it through. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes Blake Bortles now to lead his offense back out there. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll give the Jags a first down.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a give to Yeldon. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
2nd down following the run.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Again, it's Yeldon. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So they're operating in the red zone.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
They'll run the option left. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. They'll run the option left. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers, a 33-yarder from the left hash. And Myers able to knock it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch right down the pipe. And this game's all even here in the 4th.
And he didn't leave much doubt there, did he? Good snap, good hold. And that one was dead center.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. On the return, here's Bray. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looks pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. First down, it's Gore. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Luck now on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The speedy Devin Street, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck surveying the field. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Here's Pat McAfee now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Second down now after the incompletion.
Green 39. Green 39.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. He gets it to Thomas. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Three yards left to grab here on 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. This is Yeldon. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all on the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Here's Brad Nordman now. He's been terrific so far. This will be fielded at the 17. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Allen's got it over the middle. Give him 7 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Locke on 3rd down. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. They come out here in the eye. And Luck hands this one off to Gore. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
On 1st down, it's Locke. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Luck on 1st down. He's got Allen. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. So they get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Fresh set of downs here. Another pistol look here. Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players. Guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And it'll be 4th down.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
So here comes the trusty, battle-tested Adam Vinatieri for a big kick. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
Here's the punter, McAfee, to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Jaguars getting set to go. They send Thomas out to the right by himself.
Here we go.
Bortles now on 1st down. He's got time in the pocket. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The offense lining up 1st and 10. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Julius Thomas, the intended target. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. 3rd down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Bortles. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
They'll try to run with Ivory. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Green 90.
Ball spotted at the 4. It's 2nd and goal. Here's the option going right. And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. Blake Bortles, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Partner, wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. On the return, here's Bray. And they're going to have lousy starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 6-yard line.
Special teams coaches spend a lot of time scheming things up, but this was just a bad return. Now the offense has a long way to go to try to put points on the board.
And the Colts coming out now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Whenever I see an in route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
One receiver left is Hilton. On 2nd and 10, Locke. And his pass, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Frank Gore there. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Play fake to Turbin. Now Locke. Deep drop. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And now out come the Jags. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
An extra defensive back in the game here on 3rd and goal. And fights him off. That's caught. It's Thomas. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Myers able to knock it through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. On the return, here's Bray. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Colts getting ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He'll look to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 23 yards on the play. He's back to throw. A dump off here for Gore. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up second down. And quickly, they get to the line. Back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw. A dump down to Turman. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Luck. Finding time. Oh, no, he lost the football. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. So from outside the red zone now after the sack, a long 3rd and goal. Luck now to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And now a critical extra point attempt here. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Here comes Grant on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. First down carry now for Yeldon. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They send Green to the left on his own.
Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now Bortles. He's got time. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Nothing between these 2 teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Second down, just 1 yard to go. Another carry now for Gore. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. First throw in overtime for Luck. Drops it underneath to Gore. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a second down. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. On the run, it's Robert Turbin. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. From the gun on third down, Luck over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
They'll run here with Turbin. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now on second down, this is Gore. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Turbin. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it. But don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
And again, it's Turbin. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Throwing on third down, Luck. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will break our tie and give him a 3-point lead. All right, so they're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT. And now it'll be up to their defense to try and see this one out.
So remember now, a field goal on this next drive would get us to sudden death. Any kind of turnover or turnover on downs would end the game, as would any touchdown. So this one's still very much up in the air.
Here's the punter, McAfee, to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. A field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
So 2nd and 10 here. They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. Going up top. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Play action. Now it's Bortles. And he finds Julius Thomas. A big play that time on the catch and run. 37 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work out a little bit more.
To throw, it's Bortles. This one complete to Brian Walters. And he's brought down after a good game.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And now a first down following that long gain. Bortles going to give to Yeldon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The tackle there by Akeem Ayers.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Yeldon, the lone running back.
Green, 39. Green, 39.
On second down, here's Bortles. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Now a play fake. Bortles. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick. And another timeout taken by the Colts. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to keep the game alive. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.